Hey guys, so our debut album, Bad Blood, came out 8 years ago today, which is mental and terrifying, and doesn't feel real. Anyway, to celebrate, I'm going to answer a load of your questions by posting a video with some answers. So, send in some questions, either in your videos using the hashtag #AskBastille or in the comments below. Ask me whatever you want, within reason, and obviously I get to pick which to answer, so don't be ridiculous. But yeah, can't believe it's been 8 years since Bad Blood came out. That is absolutely mad. So let's see what you've got to ask. Oh, thanks. Glad you like it. Glad you think so. This is terrible, don't actually remember which came first. I think they sort of came at the same time, and the fact that there's a part 1 and part 2 came out of the fact that I'd written a bunch of sections and couldn't decide which I liked more, so took the really lazy compromise of turning it into 2 songs. But the fact that one's called part 1 to me would suggest we maybe did that one first, even though part 2 comes earlier on the album. Part 1 just felt like a much lighter, more optimistic note to finish things on, and it was meant to be a hidden track. Anyway, glad you like it. Thank you. Good question. I guess there's a massive cliche in music about you having your whole life to write your first album and then a very short period of time and very different circumstances in which to write your second and third or fourth or whatever. So for us, I guess Bad Blood was made in London, made in my bedroom, made in Mark's studio. You know, we had years to sort of work on the songs and think them over and, you know, accumulate everything we'd done up to that point. Then obviously that album did really well and our whole lives changed. So Wild World to us was the complete opposite. It wasn't made in a basement. It was made all over the world in backstage rooms and in studios and in all these different settings. Doom Days, however, we found a kind of new musical home in One Eye Jacks in London, and we got to make it here. So yeah, I guess they've all been quite different experiences. I hope that answers your question. Ooh, good question. Well, I'm really bad at singing, so they're all pretty hard. Things We Lost in the Fire was quite high for me. We had to bring it down. This is quite a literal, boring answer. I'm sorry. But yeah, they're all a nightmare. Have you been to one of our shows before and seen me struggle? How confident would I feel? I'd like to think that muscle memory would kick in and I'd be fine, but I know that that's not the truth. I'm very fortunate to often have some wonderful people in the audience who know all the words, often better than me. And I have been known to sometimes use them as a human auto cue and try and read their lips while singing. On confidence, on a scale of like 1 to confident, I'd put myself probably near 1, maybe, if that makes sense. Here's a quick fire studio tour.